Yes. I I I have tried something. It is broken, as you probably could tell a second ago. Uh, you're gonna laugh. It's gonna be fine. But we're gonna see. The best case scenario, it's working, and that's good. Worst case, it's fully broken, and I don't like it. Uh, do you see anything different compared to usual? Compared to usual, compared to the usual? I don't know. You can't see shit right now, to be honest. Uh, First of all, I forgot to do that. That's for sure. That is for sure. Yeah, the thumbnail on Discord is clearly showing the issue. For now. For now. Is it bigger? So, this thing is now coming from me and not from Stream Element. Which means many things are probably broken. As in badges, like right now you can't see your subscriber badges. Emotes are probably going to be broken. Like some of them, probably the things as in 7TV and other things. I think the Twitch one is going to be fine, but like the regular one and the other thing, uh, exactly. The purple dots means that this is a comment coming from Twitch and not a comment coming from YouTube. So, yeah. She-Wolf, hi, welcome on in. How are you? Who are you? How did you find the stream? Thanks a lot for chatting. Appreciate that. Because it's not fun if I mean, it's not fun. Let me reiterate that. It is, I appreciate it. Yes. I absolutely appreciate it. However, ass, good, first of all. But uh, if you give me something, it's not gonna be me learning anything. I mean, I haven't learned much, but I kind of have learned something today. I mean, yesterday. This was yesterday. So, tiny things, teeny tiny things. Right now, what I'm seeing is that the background contrast is shit. I changed that. You changed that, James. Hi, welcome back. I'm also seeing that this right there, like the fucking bottom right here, it needs a bit more padding. Mm. It does. It does need a tad more padding. Um, I don't. Yeah. That. So there is that. There is also the every commands are gonna go through, which pisses me off. But one of the things I've done today, yesterday, it's the same thing. Is this? If I press the button on my Stream Deck, it's gonna post the link on YouTube and on Twitch at the same time, which is pretty good. But again, right now it's supposed to also showcase the messages that are coming from
Sherwolf_meter is now following.
From YouTube, which it didn't. So that's bad. But yeah, thanks a lot for the follow. Appreciate that. Yeah, that's probably the thing. I mean, right now I'm using the default PNGs as far as I understand it. I don't, but as far as I understand it, I use the default PNGs. So if you have a badge, it should be displayed. But it's also like I have a list of the predefined Twitch related stuff. So, for example, She Wolf Nita right now has a very specific 2024, I think that's TwitchCon badge that is not visible because it's not part of the default known things. So, yeah, good job. Congrats. That is good. That is good news. That is good news. What's the job about? Is it related to the other things? And also, you found me from the Jam Discord, as in James, the B man, our B man, James. I guess, yes. I mean, I guess, yeah. Jam, you. There is no. I mean, there's no one else. I appreciate it. Haven't had the time to pop in his stream for a while. It pisses me off. I wish I could. I can't. I don't have the time. So yeah. So I need a call for my own channel badges, yes, and I need to ensure that the YouTube chat is an option. It's not. I can't figure that out. Um, the reason why I can't figure it out. Reason I can't figure it out is
Mom!
because in order to make it work, this is so much broken, perfectly, it needs to be connected with the Google Cloud API. So I need to basically have a new project with a new API call to check the live messages. I don't want to do that. I kind of want to have this thing as a potentially available thing. And so if you want to have like this chat on your stream, you could just download the widget and just have that as a browser source. So, you know, um, I feel like it needs to be as user friendly as it needs to be, or as it can be, and yeah. So that's the thing. That's the thing. And you're working. So you basically from last week, not last week, last month, when you said that you were using Sanity as your main CMS thing, you basically were doing some marketing, right? Aren't you? I see. I see. Yeah, I know you were not working then, but you probably already had the thing signed. I mean, but yeah. That's cool. That's cool. Again, from what I said last time, Sanity seems to be really good in terms of like managing things and lightweight and really easy to like implement and interface with whatever. So it's still interesting to me, but because I moved to mostly native iOS CloudKit, it's less interesting. I think it's going to be interesting in terms of simplicity of content. So like instead of having to use my phone to populate everything, I can use this to populate everything. But then again, I don't know much. But eh, eh. Debatable. Debatable. Also, for some reason, Stony, going back to the fucking chat. It it's not responsive. I don't get it. It's not responsive. As in right now, to have the text at the right size, I needed to make the whole browser source half of the size and then zoom it in. It, is- the- that makes no sense because all of my text sizes and all of the things are supposed to be good, and they're not. So you know that that that's the thing. Anyways, I was working on something different right now, which is not the chat, which is this thing, specifically the that section, which I talked about on Wednesday, where you click on something and select always showcase only the places that are related to that. And right now, the current animation is this on scroll up. It just retracts into just the currently selected um, category. And then if you click on it, it re-expands. But, just to take less space, whatever. I don't want to, like right now, as you can see, it is a very, very sharp cut, and that's not what we want. So I need to fix that. I'll figure it out. Not today. Not today. I also need to figure out that fucking progressive uh, blur, because right now it is really, really strong. It's good, but it's really strong. So it's also really weird because if the place isn't in the view, it's not blurring anything. But then as soon as it becomes in the view, it just pops in. So I don't really know. Like if you look closely, there is a smidge of blur in this, uh, but not as strong as this. So I need to fix that. Mostly on this. The current state of my brain and what I'm thinking about is having the whole row contract to uh, like just show the pill that is selected, then have the pill on the side. So it's kind of what's happening, but right now it has just a very basic transition, which is really bad, and I don't like it. Survival, hi, welcome. Um, it blur is not that complicated because I'm using a package-ish thingy instead. Um, so my progressive blur is where the fuck you at? I can't read things. I think it's in my utilities. Nope. Yes, there. So I'm using this thing for which is coming from someone else. I forgot. I think I have their name somewhere in there, but it is somewhere. Anyways, it's just a function that would basically have or let you get the transparency and progression of the blur really, really easily. So that is kind of what I'm using currently, which makes it easier than what Apple is providing. Like getting blur in native Apple system, you have currently in SwiftUI, you only have access to the system materials as a material that has a very specific amount of blur and a very specific amount of thickness, and that's it. And you don't have like the real ability to blur something properly based on a mask or something. It's kind of weird, but this thing helps a lot. And that's what I use on. I'm scared. Did I do that? Bitch, I am connected. God damn it. It's gonna be fine. It's what I'm using here, which is not necessarily visible, but I guess it's gonna be more visible from here. It has like a very, very tiny amount of blur at the bottom to make sure that the navigation is more, well, visible. But other than that, like not much more than that. And it's a nice transition with that viable blur effect. Right now, apparently I can't figure it out. So, it's strange. Hi, welcome back. How are you? Um, it is. I mean, not to say that I'm in the curves right now, but I am. Um, that's the first app I made, right? So it has all the things that it needs to have for me, at least. So if I'm here, you consider it has like this curved bar, and this one is the newer one that I'm kind of working on right now. And as you can see, it has the curve again. It's a bit more complex though. This one is a rotation based um, navigation. So like a like an old rotary phone, if you select a thing, it's gonna trigger something. But it's it's neat. It's not practical at all, and I hate it for that. But it's neat. I like it. I like the concept of it. Um, it was a nice overall idea, you know. Uh, I don't. So the thing for this is a mainly mainly um, a travel guide based on my personal recommendation for the places that I know. So there will be places in Paris, which is right here, places in Tokyo because I lived there for a long time, and I mean less long. There will be places in like Italy, Germany, Sweden, thing like this. But it's mostly just recommendation of thing that I have enjoyed going at or to, and that like is mostly like a travel guide rather than a social thing. And it's also uh, marketed in a way that it's not meant to be discovered. This app specifically is not meant for me to uh, be successful. Like the goal of it is going to be to be as niche and as underground as possible so that no one knows that it exists. And only the people that have looked for something like this or are part of the community or something have or are in the know. That's the concept. The plan for the payment plan that I have is the gatekeeper plan. So that gives you a bit of a hint of what it's supposed to do. But yeah, that whole system, if it works today, I have doubts. But that whole system came from this, where I kind of tried to figure out how I could navigate the map through a rotary phone system. And so it's just scroll through the right position on the map, based on right, locations, but then kind of ends not answering, but like figuring out how I could have this thing say, well, I need this to be like way more segments. So let's say I have 88 segments. I'm only going to showcase 12 in the visible amount. And therefore, these things are going to be like 0.99 in the spacing in between my elements. And that's giving me this kind of dots things. So that's pretty good. It's also ensure that I can't like scroll past the first or the last. Like it's always kind of strict. that was really good to me, at least for ensuring that I have like the system working. But at the end of the day, it's just like how can I make it work with other things? So right now I'm thinking instead of having like places or locations, it could be the categories. If I have plenty of categories, which is not the case right now, it could be different cities. The main issue that I have is I can't put text in it. I wish I could. I cannot. So yeah, we'll see. One day, maybe. I doubt it. But this is pretty cool, nonetheless. The fact that you can scroll on both sides, which is not something that happens on most of the rotation. Pretty nice. Took me a full fucking day, but I now finally have a chat message stored in reference to the channel users, including replies to messages. That is interesting. So you have multiple chats, I guess, like one chat per channel, obviously, and then you just see the feed of everything that you are modding for. And can you send messages in chat directly as well? Is that a thing? It's probably a thing. It's probably a thing. But yeah, that whole thing was really fun for me to just figure out. I see. I just stalled for now, I'm guessing. I'm guessing this is a for now situation, which is fine. Obviously fine. But yeah, right now I'm debating if I want to have like something that is um, more or less accessible in terms of navigations. Like the secondary thinking has been, instead of having the entirety of this to be, god damn it, force of habit, uh, to be like scrollable and swipeable. Why is it so much? That's because I'm zoomed in. That's why. Uh, right? Maybe having just the dot underneath that just move instead of the whole thing. So it's still like a selection on swipe, but you know, it could be. It could also be like the dot instead of being like just a dot. It could be just the same a segment but a bit bigger. So it creates an outline behind the selected tab. That could be something. I do like the whole system, right? It's a fun thing to have. It's not as practical, but yeah, it's something. It's something. The good thing, fun thing, interesting thing that I have is also I don't think I have anything here, but the because of the calculation that I'm doing and the fact that the radius of the arch at the bottom is based on the screen size compared to can, which is not. Can is mostly like fixed sizes. That is gonna kind of work on any type of devices. Right now I'm launching the SE, which is the most prone to breaking. So I'm kind of scared. We'll see. I have doubts. Lots of doubt. I also think for the sake of right now, I'm gonna bring back the old chat just because it's gonna be easier. It's gonna be a bit more organized compared to the other things. But yeah, like this is now still working, still like navigating it and all that, but on a small screen. Just, I mean, I can't fix it. That's the thing. I wouldn't be able to. It's kind of cute. It looks like teeth. It kind of looks like teeth. So if you had many teeth, could be like this. Um, the reason why I can't really fix it is because it's not necessarily good. um, and because it also has everything kind of already set up properly. Um, kind of, but it's the thing that just don't make sense. Also, you said VW. Um, you said view width for the size of the text, which is weird. Um, also, the whole YouTube chat bridge is like officially capturing as an iframe. It doesn't work. I don't. I don't get it. I don't get it. Um, yeah, I mean, I know what view width means. The thing is, it's not. Well, it wasn't supposed to have that. Nonetheless, this is the thing for the badges and the whatever. So it has like a bit of a presetted thing, which we can't really use, which is the reason why it doesn't work. And I'm looking at it right now. I feel like your name color is the same issue as well on the old version. Like it looks the same to me, contrast wise. So yeah, but I I feel like I'm not explaining, expressing myself properly right there, which is the case. I can't fix it because I don't know exactly what I need to do. You told me things that I 100% agree that I should probably do, but because I don't have the understanding just yet and the brain power to think about it, um, it's complicated. So I can't really prompt cursor to figure it out for me because I don't know what I need to ask specifically. So until I can figure that out, won't fix it just yet. But yeah, nonetheless, this is currently in the work for me to have rather than using stream elements. This is going to need to be as well. It's just a number, so that should take 3 seconds to figure out. And then the other one that I kind of want to have is the alerts. The alert for a follow, for example, is currently happening inside of this chat, which is the old one. And I need to pull it out of here and place it into uh, the whole container things about Twitch overlays that I have. That is going to take me a day. The good thing is, because I made the alerts in code in Stream Element Editor, I know it should be easier for me to figure out how to extract it because it's just the code. So I'm fine with it. And I probably already have the code somewhere in a folder from 2023. Not even from 2021. God damn it. So it's been a while. It's been a while. You're right. Hi. Welcome back. How's everything? How's the back? I have things to talk about on this review day. Uh, I I don't want to dunk on people, but I might have to. I know, have to is a bit of a weird thing. Oh, you have the pollen allergies type of thing? Or is it like a different type of allergies? I see. So that person, I wish I could fucking pose this. I can't. That person said POV, you hired a designer, and then they say awesome work from for Acorn, which is, you know, it's 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 good to hire designers. Not gonna complain about that. However, um, any appearance is okay. Dark is fine. Tinted is not complying with Apple guidelines. So you hired a designer that doesn't know the guidelines, which means that your app is probably going to be rejected because the app is not complying. So this is really sad to me. I feel like, I don't know, I feel like if you are an icon designer and you should know, you should know these things. You should know. So there's that. And based on the transformation, when you see them like just drop the image on top of the existing, the amount of changes that happen, as in the top of the acorn is a bit more rounded and the bottom tip is a bit more concave, on the side is a bit more pointy, it almost feels like, and I know this is an assumption, but it almost feels like this has been like that white shape has been sent to an AI and said we need to have like a more realistic thing with an acorn top, a camera in the center, and a Pokeball type shell at the bottom. Can you figure that out? And then they generated something based on that because it's so close. Like, I don't know, maybe not, but yeah, that's the first one. This is not complying to Apple's guidelines. And then I'm gonna just, safety first, not disclosing who said what, when, all that. Um, that also popped in my feed as saying that the beautiful mobile devs, the new streak and share view on the iOS app exist. Is the streak view on the left. The one on the right is weird. Specifically when you zoom in and you have that as the app icon and that as the button, that is not necessarily a good accessible thing compared to this, which is sleek and simple and working and a pure copy of another one that already exists. But it feels so wrong to ask for feedback without really asking for feedback, like not directly. And there has been like a ton of things happening lately where designers of many places have been sharing their designs. Obviously, that's the goal. But the content of the thing that they are sharing is really not good. And it is really sad. I don't think I have saved any of them in my likes for obvious reasons because they are not good. But it I don't understand how people can say, "Oh yeah, this is really good design," and it's just not, which will, in the end, basically make the designer itself reinforce himself or herself in that specific department of design, which is really wrong and really bad and non-accessible and not optimized. It's just it feels wrong. You know, it feels wrong. So dang it. But we'll see. We'll see. Maybe. No, I don't think I have only glorious toads around here. Coleman, hi, welcome on it. How are you? Who are you? How do you find the stream? Thanks a lot for chatting. Appreciate it. Welcome on in. So yeah, there is a ton of things. Apparently there is a new version of Material Tree or Material Design 3, Material U thing that is happening and coming up soon for accessibility and transitions and all that. So I don't know when that's popping up and when it will be available in Kotlin, but it's pretty cool to see that Google Design is still working on things and posting about it, because you know that's something. We've had this, as we shared, someone recreated it in Rive, which is pretty impressive. As you can see, they have like a ton of teeny tiny transition for the shininess of the bookmark at the top, which is something that we didn't do, which I think we should have, but we didn't. And because they can have like multiple triggers or multiple timelines per elements, they have like a bit of a better rendering compared to what we currently have here. If I still have it right there, you know, that thing. If it loads, that is, you know, it's simple, but it works. That's pretty cool. I think the white gradient to create that shininess is an option, and pretty good one, if I do say so myself. Yeah, that's a good thing. There has been like a lot of thing that I shared or saved on Twitter again, but still not what I'm looking for right this instant. Sketch has been adding auto layout, which is one of the things that was basically maintaining people on Figma. So dang, which they call stack like they used to. But now you have auto layout stacks uh, in Sketch, which is pretty cool. We'll see how it goes. So far, based on the feedback and the creations, as in, god damn it, this is a creation from the Sketch auto layout stacks things that they have created. It is really good. It looks really good. It seems to be extremely similar to what Figma has done, which is nice. And yeah, I'm senior plus. I've been working in design in 20 years, roughly. So, yeah, senior plus. I'd say I'm old. I'm old. And there is another one earlier that I didn't really showcase, but this right, well, yeah, right there. This is also like a sketch auto layout thing, and this one is kind of impressive. It takes like a lot of things. It's the same thing that they did in Rive when it kind of when like the auto layout and flexible layout came out in Rive. Some people did that. Um, I mean, I'm senior, I guess, if that's what you're looking for as an answer officially. Officially. But seniority is not necessarily like a years of experience type of thing. It kind of applies, but it's not necessarily the right thing to track. You know. Madlu, hi, welcome back. How are you? How have you been? I think Yeah, I think that's most of it. Tailwind 4.1 has been pretty interesting from what Adam has been sharing here on adding like a new mask blur thing, gradient mask. So they basically have like this video of showcasing how this could um like be applied by just having like a very, very simple uh, markup of mask right, and then it's just create like a gradient mask, and then have the ability to say, well, it needs to go from 50% to 0, or from 50% to 2% or something. But yeah, um, yeah, you can. Where are you from, Kalman? Calm. That's interesting thing. But yeah, this is pretty interesting as well as a markup on Tailwind. It, I get it. As always, Tailwind is just like a markup things for HTML, but at the end of the day, it makes it way easier to do things. So, you know, having that could be really cool. Stony, if you are lurking from far away, this could be really interesting for us in the like I'm guessing potentially playlists seems to come to mind, but also the TV mode. Um, I don't know. Maybe you have me on the side, and uh, you're from Ukraine. I see. I can't speak Ukrainian, which is not really. But yeah, sorry. I mean, if you did here is a place of learning. If you have questions, feel free to ask. Today is an R day, which means that it is a review day. So if you have something you want me to take a look at, feel free to share a link in chat. The best place to share things, if it's images, is going to be the Discords if you have access to this. If you don't, share a link in chat to the direct image or the direct Figma file so that everyone can access it. But yeah, that's how it works. And you're welcome to ask anything if you have, or if you hear something that I'm saying that you don't understand immediately, or not immediately, but like you don't understand fully, feel free to ask me to repeat myself or re-explain something. This is why I'm here. So yeah. Also, you're right, I just saw something. I mean, my brain saw something. Um, I did want to do that. Yes, I did. That. That's a yes. I did want to do that. And I did not do it yet because you were not here. I'm not gonna roast your stuff if you're not here. That's the rules as well. Like you have to be in chat to have a review. Yeah, if you have like the Figma file on Discord, yes, you can send it to me. It's an option. So you sent me this, Darren, which is the thing that we talked about before. I'm not gonna go in full width, but um, I like that as a concept. I feel like the layout is good from what I'm seeing here. The only issue I have, and that might be a me thing, again, it depends on your screen sizes and everything, but it could, if I'm not really paying attention, the fact that it is so perfectly like enclosing everything, I could say, oh yeah, cool. That's all they have. Like they have 3 blog posts that I showcased, and I can go into their project, and I wouldn't really pay attention. I might say, yeah, that's not a scrollable thing. So yeah, if you want to share a link in the Discord, you can share the link directly inside of the design help section, and I'm gonna take a look at that uh, after this one. So yeah, do that. Do that. But that's the only thing. I know that it has different colors, but if you had this section, Ismail, hi, welcome back. How are you? If you had this section to be a tad taller so that the bottom is cropped or hammed a little bit, that would be good. I personally don't like the color scheme. That's me. That's me. You decide. You know.
Carmen underscore
Uh,
is now following.
Thanks a lot for the follow. Appreciate it. I appreciate it. So I feel like you should again debatable. Like either keep the purple for everything or keep the pink for everything. But you know, like it feels kind of weird. Yes, on Fridays, yes, and then on the homepage specifically, I have there's nothing. Like, it, I mean, I have three blog posts, three project, three pictures. Yes, but you're really a dev. I can tell. There is no space to breathe. There is no scroll happening. It's just like it's one scroll. I don't. That's it. No more. So I mean, I would love some more spacing, personally speaking, to have like something that is a bit better to not to grasp, but like you would have like a bit of a longer experience of, you know, uh, of the scroll that you would have. So that's the thing. The bottom section, for example, that is a bit hammed is basically what I'm talking about here. Like if you had the first section to be roughly, I guess that's this one was your fucking height. Yeah, if it's in Ukrainian, that's fine. I can't read it, but it's going to be okay. Um, I don't have the height. You don't have a height defined, apparently. Yeah, I see. Um, Let me just put a height of 720, if it works. I should have done 750, but you know, if I'm doing this, just this, it's currently 720, and you would need to center this inside of the div. It it's like it tells the users, oh, there is something underneath. I can scroll that. That's the first thing. The second thing is, if my first hero section is 720, I'm expecting my next blocks to be the same or half of it. So potentially like 360-ish, potentially 420, for reasons. Uh, but yeah, the other thing that I'm seeing, and I saw when I clicked on it from that, you have 5 projects currently, um, 4 projects. And so if you only have 5 projects, I don't know why you wouldn't just display them on the homepage. The post section, I know you have more than that, so that kind of justified it has its own page with currently 6, 7, and then you just showcase that. But like having more projects would make it better, at least from my point of view. Again, um, it's gonna be yeah, kind of. As a hiring person, I would love to see more project and less blog post, but also that's because I can't read. You know that? Um, but yeah. I mean, I personally think you should switch things, having the project first, the blog post seconds, and then the photography. Because the thing that I want as a hiring person is, can I hire that person? What did they do in the past? So I want to know who you are, what you've done, not who you are, what you wrote, because I'm like, oh, that's a developer writer. So I'm gonna get a writer in the team. I don't know. You can send me a DM if you want. However, the project is going to be displayed on screen. So, yeah. Like, if you're not willing to have the thing displayed on the internet forever, maybe today's not the day. Maybe today's not the day. But yeah, oh, that send you there. I thought you kept this. I didn't see that. And then me being me, I, I, I know. I get it. I, but I don't like it. The half corner, half sharp, half rounded. Huh. I mean, I think I said that the first time already, and I'm saying it again here. It's just, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, debatable. Debatable. The rest is really good. I do. Uh, no, the site is not shit. I think it's the organization of things, as always, and then there's like tiny things that would make it better, as in creating a component that implies or ensure that your tags are always at the bottom, so that they're all aligned at the same spot, that your title starts in the exact same spot every time, and that it's just followed by this. We kind of talked about it with like the teeny tiny amount of 0.8 of opacity instead of 1, to make sure that it has like a different of navigation or hierarchy. So yeah, the nav bar is pretty cool. Yes, the animation transition on hover is nice. Yes. Yes. Agreed. But yeah, that's about it. I would say project first for sure. Maybe all the project first, and then the blog post, and then the pictures would be good. I think that would be good. Yeah. Chris, you sent something. Check that as well. And then here. I don't have access, so I just requested access to this project. I did. So once we have something, survival. Tell me, give me some. That's good. That's good. Good idea. Interesting concept. I like that. Like the changes here. I like the changes here. I'm guessing from my understanding here, which is like limited as always, if the song is already in R&B and you are listening to a song in R&B, it's gonna be as circular as possible. And as soon as you kind of create something or change it in a way that is way more different, it's gonna change shape. That is a really cool concept. I think that could work. There is a bit of a complexity that could happen um, in like ensuring that each swap of genre is gonna be kind of making sense. Like I can see this one. The wafer is a good idea. Like it's a very simple thing to do. You have like multiple points and a bit more rounded. And then this is gonna be kind of tricky. This is gonna be kind of tricky, but it's pretty good. It is pretty good. And then you have your settings, which is simple. That makes sense. Nothing too very much say. Like this is the basic iOS stuff. So you know, dang, that works. Um, but you know, this is pretty good. Yeah, I know. I know. I know that. I know. I know. You also have it, I think, at least on the reference page, or you had it somewhere uh, on another file. But yeah, this is really good though. I like that a lot, which is the initial. I think this is your initial thing. The only thing that I'm unsure about is this, the swap of like reading orientation. Like this one is blues, which I'm turning this way, and this one is electro, which I'm turning this way. So I would have all of them on your versions, um, like in the same orientation because it makes no sense. Um, if you have to just wait. Um, you could add some blur right and left. Currently, like there is a bit of a fade in that department. If you want to do that, Chris, you can just Chris Survival, everyone. You can have your title or genre, whatever, right? You just make it like this, or you make it like fully on the other side. You move it up, you rotate it a tad, and then you move it in a bit, and then you just Control D or Command D to get like the arch, and that's it. Once you have this in your arced version, um, they are all in the right order. They are all in the right angle, and you can just change the values that are in there in a way that is like way easier than what you probably have tried to do, which I can see here, like the rock and the blues and the R&B. R&B is selection selected. So that makes sense to have it like potentially like kind of tip top, but you know, like the newer version of like Figma rotate is pretty good. You can really have like whatever you want if you just say, I need that element right there to be duplicated and rotated a tad, and then you can just you know, do that, and now you have all of these. It took me 5 seconds. Uh, so you know, that's the thing that you can do, and it works. It's really cool for effect and illustration, but also for the text right there. It could really help to ensure that you have all of the baselines. Otherwise, if you don't want to do that, which is also an option, you can have, or you should do, you just have like your genre here, and then you create a secondary one, and you just rotate it. You make these two inside of a frame. So Command Alt G to create a frame, and then you just you duplicate it, you place it on top, and you make sure that it's rotated with a certain amount, and then you know, you do the same. Shit, I pressed the wrong button. So that's one way to do it. I think I should just open them both here. Instead of being on here. So yeah, that's a way simpler way to ensure that you have everything in the same plane, that they are all exactly where they need to be, and then you know, just you remove all of these or whatever. But just maybe that's not necessary. Maybe all of these needs to be like in one singular element, and then as Kalman said, you could have maybe something like this on top of everything, and then it just goes to the sides. You use that as a mask. It's like this, and then you can have this center or this elements. Get that in center, side, 0%, 0%. Then you have your arched element kind of better. The only, I mean, not only, but like the way that you potentially have to navigate in order to get like your centered or short, not shorter, but like closer elements to be better here is going to be you change these values to, instead of being like a 100% or 50%, you just have 2. It highlights 3 of them, and that could work, you know. The side blur could work. The thing is, side blur is going to be more complex to get in Figma than it's going to be to get in code. So personally, I would get that in code directly rather than anything else, just because you can quickly do it. I know I am saying this, but you know. But you know, it's not necessary. It's an option. You can have like a better arched things. But this is really cool. So am I right on this changing based on the genre that you have? I'm guessing yes, but I just want to make sure. The thing that I'm kind of scared of is because it is currently using either Polygon or Star, I guess. I mean, for this one, you use Star, that's for sure. I fear that you only have this as a very easy transition, very easy and simple, like general change, so that you are in a count of like 60 or something in the beginning, and then the more different it becomes, the more or the less point you get. But I don't. That's cute. I don't. I don't know. It feels kind of wrong to me. not wrong in the sense that it's bad,
Magic
but
X CMD is now following.
wrong in the sense that it's going to be complex to have like a bit of an array of shapes that you can use. Magic shape, magic's command. Work on it. How are you? Who are you? How did you find the stream? Thanks a lot for the follow. Appreciate it. And the will should spin with the circle. Similar shape with vertical conceptualize. No spin. Abstract shape. Yeah. Yeah. I think it depends on the content. I get that. I think it's a pretty good thing. I mean, other than the ensuring that the text is placed and started with the initial elements in the right spot, like which is not this. This is wrong. Uh, you should be good. Like right now, in order for me to just get all of these properly swapped, I just need to change this. So if I have like this, it works. You know, not ideal. Not ideal at all. But yeah, that's my only fear is the variety of shapes you can have. I know that for now it's just like a proof of concept. You want to have the app shipped so that you have something which makes sense. This simplified concept is really good. I do think that it could work really well. So that's neat. It's just like changing the ratio, changing the complexity. It reminds me of the is it here? Do I have it? That's a good question. Is it there? I'm on my phone right now, obviously. Do we not have a fucking search around here? We don't. You know, that thing, I mean, you probably know, but that thing is really good where you are currently in the neutral, which means that this is like the current state of the song, initial beat, genre, whatever. And then if you change, you go there. If you change on the other side, you go there. So I feel like this is a very good representation of what you could use. This is the Apple well-being thing that could work. But yeah, it's just gold. Is it the gold or is it the coin? I don't know. I forgot. But yeah, I feel like this is a pretty good potential initial take as a base. I don't mean it's an animal. But like right now, it is like more spiky. It has more points. And if you're in the middle, it has less spiky, but still good. And on the other side, it has less spike, but still really rounded. And this one is really, really rounded, you know. That's an interesting thing, I feel like, to get as a base or as a reference. And oh yeah, that's the it's not an animal, it's a hedgehog. It is because you remember that, by the way. Hedgehog used to spend a lot of bits, and specifically when he achieved the 100k bits, well, he needed a badge, and we dedicated the hedgehog to Hedgehog. You know, that. But yeah. Which hasn't been here in a while, though. Also, we don't have a lot of sound alerts anymore. So I get it. I get it. I get it. I mean, you've been here a long time. So yeah, survival. I think that's a good start. That concept from Apple for the mental well-being is good reference. There is a ton of designers on Twitter that are talking about it as well. So you may have other things, but that's how I could see rather than having like this. Like this is a more um, unpredictable shape, which I think you probably made like unpredictably rather than having it like a bit more. Uh, how can I say that? Words, brain, words, words. Nope, not this one. Another words. I forgot. Conditional? No. Programmatically based. I'd say that. Like this is easier to build based on that because you can have a lot of points, which is flat, and then you can have like less points, more distance in between your points. That's programmatically a thing that you can do easily. But yeah, that's really good. That's a good system. I don't know if you need uh, any of the systems settings things, as in subscription. Why not? In the beginning, might not be necessary to have, but it's good to have like uh, a display that there will be a subscription at some point. Uh, Maybe. The theme in the first version, don't bother. The haptic feedbacks, why not? The version, why not? Privacy policy in terms of services, you need these. This is the only reason my app got rejected from the App Store in the beginning. Everything was good, but I didn't have a clear display of the privacy policy and the terms of services in my app. So do that. Just make sure that you have these somewhere in the settings, somewhere in your profile, somewhere in wherever you want to be. But yeah. And then if I were you on this one, I wouldn't even have a profile. I would have access to maybe 3 genera or 2 genera as a base. And if I want more, I need to create a profile so that I can save more genera into my profile. Therefore, you have already a bit of an acquisition pipeline going on. That's more of a business thing than a design thing, but it's also very important. So I wouldn't necessarily have the user log in. There is something in the Apple review guidelines that they have stated, which is avoid as much as possible. The user needs to complete something before they reach the app. So if you have the ability to provide like a free, open, non-logged in, non-saved version, do that. And then on save, there is a sort of thing that happens, but that's also a good thing. Similarly, for me on this one, if I have, or if I have, I don't have, but like here, you do not have an account and you lose your phone, you lose everything. You change phone, I don't know. I think it's good, but I think you kind of lose everything. And that kind of means that the only way that I would have for me to potentially like save and store the data of the person would imply that I need to manage these. And right now, I do not want to touch any user data. I don't want to know who they are. I don't want to know what they do. I just want to know and have the data based on what Apple is giving me, which is the anonymized data. And therefore, I don't need to have like GDPR compliance. I don't need to have a very complex privacy policy or terms of use. I can use the basics Apple privacy policy, and that's really good for me. So that I can just let the app be, and then that's good. The next update, the next big update that I'm planning on, which is going to be 2.0, is going to have sync and like server-side stuff. But for now, I can't do that. Therefore, it's going to stay like if you lose your phone, you lose everything. Right now, I'm kind of opened it and I shouldn't have, but that's fine. So yeah, that's the only thing I would say. Potentially for the settings, not necessarily a good idea in the beginning, but that's that's fine. Overall good. The one that was right there, I mean not right there, but like it's this one. Um, that's Can, which is my Japanese learning app. And then the other one, which is the Apple well-being thing, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, it's the health app. You just need to go in here if you have an iPhone. Otherwise, nope, not there. Um, but yeah, I think survival. I think that's about it for this one. Like you have most of the things. Pretty good for starting point. I feel like this is really good. So this, I need more. I need information from you. Um, tell me what it is, what it does, and what specifically you want me to take a look at. Mm-hmm. That's cute. I like that. I'm gonna say something at some point. It's gonna be fun. Ah, everything's in sheets. That's interesting. Of a concept, I'd say. Um, in playlist and music, it's taken from Spotify and other source, and all songs in the program that I see. I see. Are you on an iPhone SE by any chance? It seems you are. It's interesting because it's 393 by 672, which is not like a regular phone. 393 is the iPhone 16. Or the iPhone 14. Though, I mean, there is no need for translation. I kind of Not saying that I can read, but I kind of I get it. Um, I see. You do. You have a prototype though. Let me check that. Interesting. Interesting. That is very Ukrainian of you. That's pretty nice. um, I I kind of like the fact that it's almost. Oh, that's cute. Uh, Almost sheet based for everything. Like that's a nice thing to have, I'd say, overall, because the navigation is going to be more natural. However, it's a lot of them. So there might be a need for Cat. Hi, welcome back. There might be a need for some sort of um like how can I say that? I mean, filming is good. That happens. Yeah, there might be a need for different type of sheets, panels, things at the bottom to make sure that you have something that works. But yeah, I mean, it works, right? They, I would say that's what's the most important thing. I like the different views. I don't think it's necessary to have different views, but it works. And you have content in there for most of the things, which is really good already. I mean, for me, the only thing that is kind of weird is the device shape, size, format, where I'm expecting some sort of a longer screen, but you know, that is a detail. Debatable here. Interesting. Yeah, that's pretty good. It's good to learn. I think for first project is pretty impressive the amount of content that you have. Like you really have um most, if not all of the screens and the content of all of the screens, you have like components here to ensure that you like have consistency across everything. There are things in there that I wouldn't necessarily have, as in these, for example, you should just have 4 of them instead of having 8 versions. Um, you should have one version that is like selected, which is blue, and one version that is not selected, which is not blue. And then use the like the component properties around here to hide and show specific elements rather than have multiples like these. Um, I feel like that would be better for the long term, but you know, Um, God damn it. It's fries though, so you're good. I also saw earlier that you have like things like this that are specific in one place, but then you are reusing or having like a version of the component with the thing checked in, with the thing checked out. I'm saying that specifically for the icon here. This one is switching between these two, right? You have like a basically a prototype in between these two, and same thing here. But then on this page, you're reusing that icon right there. So that thing has like a bit of a on-click change, but it's not I mean, not necessarily good is the right wrong. It's the wrong word, but not necessarily right. Like as in this thing right here, for example, should have like a property that says is it visible or not visible, and that's like a global property, so that it's just one um, one toggle when you are inside of the screen itself. So this is this. Um, so right, so instead of being here and having to change like something and saying, well, I need this with like the two things selected, not selected, whatever, you could just say, does it have the pin? Yes, no. That would be faster overall than having multiple components for the same thing. That's kind of what I have in mind. Like same thing here. You're reusing like that thing is a component that you're reusing somewhere. And I'm guessing you did that because you wanted to have the transition here that works, which is good. But it seems like a lot of duplication of the same components to achieve results that you could achieve directly on the page rather than having them here. Mainly because it is going to be the same content. So maybe. But overall, it's pretty good. This is really nice. This is a really nice animation to have run in the background forever. And these transition of play pose is nice as well. I would say this button with black on top of blue might not be good. Um, for me, I would use white instead. But you know, it's just that's just me. So that you have like your button that have white text on top. If you had like white icon on top, that makes a lot more sense to me. To me. But you know, overall, it's pretty good for your first project. That's pretty good, specifically because you have them here, so you can just change that right there, and it just change everywhere, and you're done. Don't think about it. And then you said you did that. Oh, that's cute. I see. You know what? That needs to happen. You need to do something at some point to just learn how prototype works. And if that's what you needed to do, that's good to me. Like nothing to say. Like you do need to practice and you do need to figure out how things work. And that's gonna take a bit more time than expected. And sometimes you need to go in and do some things like this. 100%. Like I have shared that. Do I have it open? I don't. Um, have shared that in the past, but we have made so many showcase prototypes in the past to just show, well, this works, this doesn't work, this is like a pretty good concept, not good concept. Um, like, where you at? I just passed it. Like this one, the same thing. Like this is a very complex and non-necessary prototype overall, but it works. And you have this thing, you can move stuff around, define if you wanted to have like a shadow in a very specific spot, whatever. This is the idea, the concept of this. But in the beginning, when people didn't really know how to use prototyping, we had to. So, explaining concept and showcasing concept as well. Like that helps for practice purposes. So, dang, yeah, 100%. Um, yes, I have. Yes, I have. Yes, I did. Uh, I have other things that I haven't saved or talked about yet, but yeah. But yeah, overall, calm, really good. The the fact that you have everything in there is nice. The fact that everything is a bit of an overlay is kind of weird to me, but that's fine. Um, and for first project, I'm pretty impressed. Pretty impressed by all thing. I haven't looked at that yet. No. Um, that's not a competitor. No. But yeah, good job. Good job on this. That's neat. That is neat. Uh, wrong button. Don't do that. I could do that. Let me go back. You sent me a link. Dang, right? That's what you're talking about. God damn. So first of all, one pop-up, two pop-ups. I mean, this one is necessary, but god damn. I looked at it on my phone, not not on desktop, so that makes sense. This looks like shit. Uh, I mean, I get it. Uh, my first thought when I was looking at it from my phone is the fact that this background exists. It felt like everything was um like Getty Images watermarks everywhere. So that's weird. And then why not? Like, okay, I don't see the point, but fine. And it's just, you know what? Technically, I think I am wearing side effects today. No, I just finished rehab, which is different. But yeah. But yeah, it's it's just it's weird. It does it's not smooth. Nothing works. It just I don't know. The fact that this is moving as well, I don't what the fuck's happening? Um I didn't know they had like a tester um set. Dang. I didn't know they did that. If I knew, I would get that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, no, you're good. But like it's the same here. Um Hood is really good. Um, Side effect is interesting. Atomic process is not really my jam. It's probably not going to be your jam as well. High frequency is interesting. Interesting. Rehab is, I think, one of my favorite. Mask therapy is weird. I'm not really a mask person. Paragon is the one that is green apple in the shop, but not green apple when I'm wearing it here, so that's weird. And um, I've never tried this one. Absolute Aphrodisiac is the one that I'm still having, and the addictive vibration is nice as well. So you have a good set in there to figure out which one you kind of like. However, hell, heaven, it hurts. It hurts. All of them. Like, I probably could have uh, bought like a full bottle with all of the testers that I've bought. Again, I have too many, but I would have just 1 cent, and I'm not someone that just like 1 cent. So still, but you know, their whole website is really shitty. I'm not gonna lie. Like, this website, this entry is good, and then the background is shit. Um, but it's an artsy thing, so I get it. But goddamn, no, considering the light is really good as well. Yes, yes, I agree. I agree. I didn't know that they had that though. That's cool. Potentially as hair perfumes. Um, I see. I see. Good. Good, 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 good. Yeah, specifically this. Like, you have like the fucking watermarks on top, you know. I mean, for hair perfumes, yeah. I would probably do that for hairs. Like Hood for Greatness is a good one. But you know, um, good. I mean, do anything you want to do, Kalman, in the edits. If you want to do stuff and then come back next week or whenever, and then show me like progress or choices you've made, changes you've made, I would love to see that. Specifically now that you're in the Discord as well, you can just send a DM or a message directly in the design help if you have like specific questions about specific screens. That would be highly appreciated, for sure. For sure. Yeah. What the fuck is power self? Um. What is that? You see, that's much better of a website until I'm bracing myself for what's inevitably is going to happen. Um. Why? Why? No, that's a good website. That's a good website. So I like two of these, and this one I don't know, and this one I don't like. Yeah. I appreciate it. Thank you. Uh, hey, too many perfumes. No. Cat, what's her name? I forgot her name. What, the short hair that does the reviews, you know? I mean, you don't know names either. I don't know names. You don't know names. We don't know names. Let me just search. Um, that's gonna be really bad. But you know, huh, huh. There, I have it, Olivia. Um, so Olivia has a a bit. You can see Dan in the background, where you can see the shelf. You can't see everything, and most of the shots, you can kind of see like what what she has. She is someone that reviews perfumes and does that for a living, I guess. So it makes sense to have that many, but also, you know, shit happens, and and you know, you just you, yeah. I mean, meatballs, but you know, if you have, you can if you have the money and you can afford it, and it's fine, you can buy that. But yeah, um, I've seen these. I've seen these before. Um, but yeah, you know, bang. So no, there is no such things as too much. And yes, hiding ass, obviously, for reasons like why wouldn't I? And right now it's not ass. That's just I don't want to make you hungry, you know. Also, I didn't know. I didn't know that a stitch like this, stitch, was showcasing the video full size on desktop. That is such a better experience than on the phone. Yeah, that's so good. I'm not gonna scroll for reasons, but yeah, Olivia is really good and has a ton. Again, I have like probably 30. I'm lying. 50 testers and and different fragrance available for me if I want to. So you know, I still have mine in Japan, like the one that I bought when I was in Japan that I didn't bring back for some reason. I don't know why, but I still do have some there. So you know, yeah. I mean, everything is tested for me. I have like 50 testers. Um, so Diptyque is debatable. I don't know yet. I haven't really tried them. I like their overall branding. I like what they have made. I just think it's too cheap and expensive at the same time. Um, as also not someone that understands candles, it makes no sense to me. But you know, that's not perfumes. That's old stuff. Yeah, that no, no. Um, but I don't know how I feel about these things. I don't know. It's um it's debatable. I think it's nice, but to me, it's the same um as these in my head, right? That's kind of same base, the same concept, the same idea. It's like perfumes and home and things and you know, um, it's weird to me. I don't know. I don't mind it. I have some of their stuff. Like this one, yeah, it's a nice change, nice concept. You probably sent me plenty of Korean brands, so I don't know which one you're talking about. Ah, yeah, this one. I thought I thought for a second that this was Chinese, but it's not. Um, I mean, if it's in euro, I'm guessing I could get it, but then again, I don't know. So debatable. Bones, hi, welcome back. Yeah, I can I can get it by uh, next week. However, there's like a 30, $40 delivery fee. Yeah, 37, 40. God damn. That's an option. Yeah, it is nice. This thing that I think that's the thing you're talking about, right? Yee, dang. If it had like a dark mode for the whole website, and if you are on dark mode by default, they are lit, that could be pretty interesting as well. I do agree with that. It's a nice transition as well, but I'm still like not. I'm not like a candle person. I don't get it. Not because I don't like candles. I do like candles. Scented candles are interesting. However, I will forget about them. And it's fine, right? It doesn't burn anything. It just burns through. It has like some of them have a very, very long time, long burn time, which is really good. But I know myself. Like I already have a humidifier thing that I turn on, and then and then I forget about it, and then I remember that it exists when it bips because it doesn't have any water left. So if I were to light a candle, it's just that's it. I will forget. Yeah. Right now, what I'm looking for, not really, kinda, is potentially getting like a eucalyptus branch to put in my shower. It feels like a nice addition to the vibe. Um, that's for later. That is for later. But also, if I had a candle thing, it would be right there. So it's not that interesting on stream either. So, Um, yes, I made subtitle. I mean, made subtitle. I have like automated subtitles that are basically right here inside of OBS. It is, um, you know, capturing my voice, and so I'm sending that so that on your side you can have like captions. I wish you could have translated captions. I think that would be really good, but I don't think this is an option just yet. Um, yeah, it is. It is there. It sometimes makes mistake, but it's if you need them, it is better than nothing. I agree with that. I agree with that. Which is right there. You just have that little thing that if you click on it, it will just show up on that, which is really good. I mean, if you need to. I don't think there is any other languages. It's not like a translation thing. It's only there on my side at least. And on that's a good question. That is a good question. You know what? Maybe. Maybe. There is no subtitle because I have low latency turned in. If I had this thing in regular latency, I think I should be able to get the closed caption, which potentially has like a bit of a translation system because it's YouTube. I don't know. Um, yeah, so that you can still continue to be in the discussion while not listening. Yes, I agree. I agree. Yeah, I can't do that. Can't I? That I can't read. You're welcome. So in the today is a review day as well. There is other thing that is pissing me off that I didn't talk about earlier because we went into other discussions. But Louis, which is design advocate at Figma directly, which I almost worked with as a design advocate as well, and it got dethroned by another French person, is currently working on things. And things for Figma, obviously, because they're working at Figma. The thing that is making no sense to me is that he and the rest of the team has been pushing viable modes for a long time, explaining that viable modes would be a very, very useful things to have, like different color scheme, different size values and change in your design, which is basically what we have put in place right here, right? If you have like a viable modes for the main color and you're like, well, the main color here, my accent color is supposed to be like red, and you change that, is going to change everything on the page to ensure that everything is using the red. That is what um, like viable modes are supposed to be. However, they also have the ability to change values as in spacing and other things. Here, he is basically showcasing the fact that in Figma, for Figma, by Figma, they do not use the tools of Figma. So, you know, it's weird to me because all of these things are the same. And instead of having, like, this is a waste of time and a waste of processing power from Figma side that is already like kind of uh, buggy at times. But the fact that we have these buttons, like there is one disable button for colored button, one disable button for wired buttons, and that should be it. Maybe a third one disable button for link buttons, but that's it. Like that's the level of types you should have. And then the color scheme should be different. Like you may have solid wires ghost, which is what I call them, like link here. On this, they have more, right? They have like longer one, but at the end of the day, it's the same thing. And so it, to me, it's really sad because they've been pushing for these new features, new things, variables, um, on on everything. And now you look at it and you're like, well, we've been saying that this were really good and these will help to limit the amount of content in your files and make your file like lighter and easier to work with, and they're not using it. So that I don't get it. I'm sad about it. Anyways, anyways, um, I don't think there is a ton of other things again that have been posted in here other than this thing, which I don't know why I like it so much, but I like it so much. Um, it is viability, yeah. It is the thing for the viables, but it's like it's as if I knew here that I needed a blue button at some point, and in order for me to get like a blue button, I just decided to duplicate that whole row and change that color to blue. Where in reality, the only thing that I need to do is uh, this. Then I got that in communication colors, which are currently red for me. But then I can change my communication color to be purple or orange or basics. Like it's pretty simple. It should be simple. So I don't. It's weird. It's weird. It is weird to me. There has been one that we passed earlier. That first of all, this one needs to have a bit of a push. Um, go there if you're looking for an interesting UI kit. other than the one that I'm building, right? This one is really good because I made it, but also, eh, you know. Oh shit, I forgot about that. I forgot about that. Shit. Fine. I'm gonna change that. Anyways, this one is pretty good. It's made by Joshua, which is one of the creator of other plugins that I'm using on the Framer and on Figma as well. And it contains like a lot of really good overall components and content for design systems and overall UI kits. It is on the expensive sides, but it is like cheaper right now for launch. So it's a good thing to have, but it's a tad expensive. I know. It's good. I would trust it. I think it also has code, which is really good. It's really good. Anyways, that is pretty interesting. Someone else shared something which I think is on another platform. Um, I mean, I am in Discord, but I'm not in Discord. You joined the Discord earlier. Um, also, it depends what you're talking about. As in, improve the Discord itself. I don't know. It's just, it's not as good as I wanted it to be, but it's there. That's all that matters to me. This thing, this is a live rendering, real-time rendering of an effect based on, I don't know how they have defined this, but basically if they have their fingers close enough to the screen, uh, it it works. I don't know if they have like a leap motion. I don't know if they have something else. Apparently, they just say that it's a regular webcam, but it's impressive. It's, I mean, it's really good. It's really good. I'm impressed. That's all I'm gonna say. And then, as always, Danny or Sayo, if you are someone who is streaming, please go check her out. It's always really good. She's currently working on something that is really interesting for me, um, as an inspiration, things that I can build my own. But we have built the check-in automatically, and most people have it like with a one channel point redemption uh, option. But basically, they have created something that is like an automated widgets and kind of give you like the check-ins, the to-do list. So, for example, you're in because you are co-working streaming. This could be interesting to have on your streams. Not saying that you should buy them, just saying that you could take a look at what they've done and then do something. you know, um, potentially, potentially. But yeah, it's been really good to see everything that they have been doing. As always, their Etsy shop is pretty good. I like to share like you know, the Twitter because it has access to everything, but like the Etsy shop is really, really good. It also like the aesthetic is really cute girl aesthetic, really good, but they have done so much. They have done so many things in the past that I've like kind of looked at as a, oh yeah, I could do that. Um, and they have like so many chats if you're someone that wants to revamp your chat widgets and how it works, you can just do that. You can just uh, test out and check. So they've been coding all the things, which is pretty good, and it works with trim elements, obviously, but that's neat to see and have. So that rendering and also that's kind of like would pop back in my head when I started doing my chat as, you know. Yeah, no one have seen what happened to the emotes around here as well. It's been 2 weeks. No one knows. But yeah, that's a pretty good shop, and it's also nice to support someone that is doing really good stuff for the channels. So you know, yeah, no one used the emotes around here, which is also putting the fucking emotes around here is not good. Anyways, that happened. I now have long hair. For some of them. Not all of them, but some of them. I do like throwing money as well. It was kind of nice to have and do. Why did I close that, by the way? That's really bad. Really bad of me. I kind of had like some thinking in terms of what could I do? Should I do like the in elements? But at the end of the day, I kind of didn't. I think it's good. It's okay. They are bigger overall than the previous ones, and they kind of they kind of crop. So sad about it. But yeah, it's working. Good. I mean, pixelated stuff, if you do yourself a favor and get like a very specific grid, which you probably already have, you should be able to get like something that is pretty good. Just remember that the emotes themselves, if you want to have them in pixel art type of things, they are going to be 28 by 28 when they are displayed, and most of the time 18 by 18. So the minimum that they are requesting you to have is 24 by 24 or 28 by 28, and the output is 18 by 18. So that's kind of counterintuitive, but you know, it it's there, it works, and it's nice to know. But if you have your grid and you define what you want to have, like that should be pretty good. I don't remember if I have like a pixel art character design thing. I may have. Pinterest, can you stop fucking around? The best free blueprint that you can find is going to be on Pinterest. It's not really a blueprint, but like as soon as you basically that's what I did. I got um what is it? That. I found that and I said, what makes sense? Which of these faces make sense for the streams? And then I just did that. I went in, I kind of changed some things, changed the mouse, the things, the ID, so you have them everywhere. And that's basically what I did. And if you want something that is a bit more pixel arty or different, there's probably shit like this that already exists that would give you like a good structure. Like this one, for example, is pretty neat of a base, which is similar to what I already have. So having this as a main system could really help. And then if you go into, I was about to say this is pretty good, but yeah, this is pretty good. There is plenty of these that are all around Pinterest to just show you how the face is, what is moving, what is not moving. If you want to have them like 3/4 of the way in, out, all day. I'm looking for one specific, which obviously I can't find because I'm looking for it. You know, that's the usual thing. Probably because you don't know how to search them. You don't necessarily know the names or the illustration style or type that you're looking for. So it's harder to find, 100%. Like shit like this helps. So these are character sheets and face expression sheets. And there's so many. Like if you want something with different hairstyle, like I was looking at this one, but I don't have like a 3/4 of the way. I may have this as a base, but it's not necessarily good. But as inspiration and placement, this is, you know, this works, this helps. The the usuals are going to be the regular faces, like the regular emotes. But obviously, again, I'm looking for something specific. I can't find. Ah. Um, as of right now, Calm, being specialized and expert in a domain is going to be much better, but also you need to have the knowledge of the rest. So you need to understand everything and how to do everything, but be an expert in one domain or more. The more domain you are an expert in, the better it's going to be. But also, in the beginning of your career, not being an expert makes sense. So, you know, yeah. It is on my profile, yes. 100%. Chris, welcome back. How are you? I can't find this. Makes no sense. I'm gonna go back up. I feel like we've seen something earlier. If I take this, I know, don't do that. If I take this and I just put it here, then I make it like, God damn it, smaller, right? Let's say it's gonna be 68, and I pixelate my Canva. You got a good base. Like it doesn't take much. You just need to find which one of the pixelation size better match with what you're trying to achieve. So maybe this one is better. I don't know. Maybe way smaller is better. I don't really know right here. Maybe like 80 is pretty good. Gives you like all the things. It's just Control and P for pixelation. You can also access this in the zoom level in the pixel preview, and that's the regular values is 1, but for most screens going to use 2. However, 2 right here doesn't work. So we want to keep that at 1. And you have this, and therefore you will have like a bit of a good base of how things are supposed to be rendered. And I don't know how much, how big, how massive this is. These are currently 21 by 21, meaning that they could be up to here because the emotes are going to be 28. So I could zoom in to match right here. And now I have my faces that are currently 28 by 28, roughly, with like 1 pixel at the bottom that's kind of different. And I can use that as a base for creating my pixel art. So you can see how the eyes are looking. These are like basically small squares. You can do that really quickly. And I appreciate it. So that really easy, really simple to have like a base. Yeah, right. If you need like a structure or something reference, you know, you can do that. You can just pixelate your view and you have like a bit of an ID, and then just either do that in Procreate, do a screenshot of this pixelated thing in Figma, and then import it in Procreate, or do something else. For you, if you need to have like the beard that you kind of do, you might need to find like a one of these, you know, as a reference, as a structure to ensure that you have like something that makes more sense or that matches with what you want to achieve. Well, you shaved, I see. But yeah, the any initial no, the initial thing is going to be looking for um you have a 2-week beard, I see. I see. But yeah, looking for character design overall. Like face sheets are gonna be pretty good. However, face sheets are gonna be mostly 3/4. Like it's rare that you have straight facing faces. Like none of these are straight facing except this one, which implies things. Whereas for me, I really did straight facing for everything. Like I made sure that it worked. And if you need multiple, but you can do multiple, you know, you can do multiple. It's an option. As I said, I build these, and then I build these, and then I cut my hair, so I build these, and then my hair color changed from this to this, and then it changed again, and now I'm here, and soon enough, I'ma get there. So, you know, it's pretty simple. I'm live 3 times a week. Calm. Right now. For now. Live 3 times a week. This one I haven't done yet. I need to. It's not good. Yeah, it's the Milton one. But because of the beard, it looks like I'm in a pile of shit. Pile of shit. No good. No good. Yeah, like this one, for example, was one of the initial take that I had. I thought this, and I was like, yeah, that's pretty cool. We could use that, but not as good. Um, I'm guessing. I mean, for me, Sekei's emotes are pretty good as well, which are going to be underneath. Not there. God damn it. Where you at? There. Like same system, same ID. PG having like a bit of a different face than me. I had to build like a different face shape, bone structures, and then because he changed beanies often, kind of did most of the beanies, but then things turned where I decided to do some of the cats because he has a cat, and then the cat took over, and most of the emotes became the cat. And it's the same thing. Like all of these faces, almost without exceptions, are coming from one of these. Like I just found one of these and was like, yeah, that's exactly the way that you want to represent the emotion, the feeling, the things. And the bigger the face, the better it is. So the coasters, the cat coasters, are really good. Um, it works, you know. If you face build and you want to do the dev slash designer way, think about it like this: you create your face shape, and then you define components for elements that are going to be used on the face. So, for example, here, what happens is I have this element, and then this element I can go in for the eyes and say the eyes are going to be the crying eyes, but the mouse is going to be the oh my god mouse. It's that way I can just switch things really, really quickly and have really good overall outcomes um, without really thinking about it. And that is only the option because I have all of that remade. um, yes, it's not. The other one is not underneath. It's mostly like uh, this is a representation of that. But because it's this one is yellow and it melts in yellow, well, I call it really, but because I did the beard that color real bad. But yeah, like I had like these as references in the beginning for the cat shapes, and kind of cute stuff. It does. I agree. We agree. We all agree. Um, I do everything, Bones, so that's kind of complicated to answer. Currently apps, but I'm less designing. In the past, I've been on dashboards and kind of massive systems um, like systems for SaaS apps that would be on a website, you know, that is the type of thing that I kind of did for a long time. Like these kind of things. And so basically everything inside of here is pretty simple, but it's just like dashboard content, which is annoying, but also it needs to be done at some point. So that's kind of fun to me, mainly because it has this complexity of you need to think about how to display all of that data on something in a way that makes sense for the end users, for yourself, for the dashboard and the back end and all that. But then now I'm building things like this, which are like not the same. um, Much different. So yeah, I do mostly everything. For Stony, for example, I'm kind of in a dashboard E interface, but it's Western entertainment platform. So needing to be some sort of an in-between, accessible yet workable for entertainment. Um, what else? I don't know. I'm not necessarily in specific. I guess that's the best answer that I can give you. Is I don't do specifics. I do whatever design is necessary, and whatever whatever I am asked to do, I can do. Like I don't really give a shit about what it is. I just care about the amount of reflection and thinking that I need to do to figure out a solution. That's about it. So if you give me something that is like a porn site and it needs to be more engaging, interesting, uh, I will find a solution. If if um, if you need a dating app, I will find a solution. If it needs to be like a yet another dating app, is going to be a Tinder clone. If it's a new dating app that is different, then there is a lot more thinking that needs to happen, and we need to find a solution that will happen as well. So yeah, um, that's the thing. Yes, I said porn. I mean, I had. We worked on a porn website at some point in some of my first agencies. One of the other designers was really into it. Decided to build his own website and kind of launch it. It had like a porn site for a while for no reason, but I mean, no reason, kind of reasons. um, but you know, yeah, that was like an non-internal thing. That was like uh, this designer specifically wanted to have a porn website for himself. Basically, he just wanted to have a website to go to that he knew what was on, so that he could just basically curate everything for himself, and that's what he did. I don't think it exists anymore. I think it died. 2015. It's been a while. So To answer the question, not much. I don't have any specifics. And how to get into it, it's basically you do as much different things as possible. The easiest way to get into my level of flexibility is to join a design agency that is uh, overbooked. Oh, nice. Chatterbait is pretty sad because they haven't updated anything in the past 15 years. Visually speaking, they have updated a ton of things in terms of connections and links and payment systems, security, all of that, but they haven't really changed the design itself, which is kind of sad. It's kind of sad, you know. But yes, it 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 is the place where you have the most money after uh, military. So yeah, I get it. But yeah, going back to that, um, I I would approach that uh, with a design agency, but you haven't. You're saying that you have no direct experience. You basically want to transfer your skills from your software jobs to your potential design jobs. Currently, there is a new term that exists, which is design engineer or um, front end designer, usually. And if you have these skills, if you are like labeled um, design engineer, you have like a bit of an expectation of that's a person that knows how to design and also knows how to build things in code directly, which is currently a very, very demanded skill. As in the one of the reason why I have built the apps, all of them, like one of the reasons why I'm doing this is because uh, that on my resume basically showcase that I have the ability to build something if necessary. It's not my main thing, but I can go into an IDE and do some stuff, depending on the IDE, obviously. But you know, like that's a good thing. I'm limited to Swift UI as of right now, and all the thing in HTML, CSS are fine, but it's not like good enough. But you can approach that with this as a background. If you have like a software background, you can say, well, I have these skills. I can build prototypes really quickly in code rather than doing them like in Figma, so that we have something that we can work with faster. And on top of that, I have a good sense of design or visuals, if that's the case. And in order to do so, you will basically just go there and not there. Sorry, you just go there and it's and scroll. um, I mean, Bones, it you are kind of new in in this chat, so you probably haven't heard me say that before. Um, yeah, you're really new. Since March 14th. I mean, for the last time you followed. In the beginning of my career, I spent 4 to 6 hours a day on Pinterest, Behance, Dribble, and all other inspiration-based website. I had my daily work, but overall, the rest of the time I was spending on Pinterest, Dribble, Behance, just for inspiration's sake. And let's say you are looking to build something as a music player like Kalman is doing. Music player, UI design, enter, and then you just scroll for hours and you get inspired and you're like, oh, that's an interesting way of showcasing like the disc. That's pretty cool. But look at this thing. This thing is really cute as well. There is like tiny LEDs and animation, and then you just lose yourself in this entire thing that is Pinterest mostly, or Behance or whatever through research, and you just get in your head in thinking, how the fuck do I build this? And sometimes you say, well, that's not that complicated. Let me try. And you try to do something like this in Figma, Sketch, on piece of paper, wherever you want. But that's about it. And maybe you like this a lot. And that match with your vibes. And you try to recreate this. Maybe you like this better. And, like right now, I'm already like 5 click deeps into other things, and I'm seeing shit that is absolutely not related to a music player, but I'm still looking at design related stuff, and my brain is fed design details that as soon as I can recognize and kind of decompose, I'll be able to recreate inside of my design tool of choice. So if you have the software skill and the visual skills, you should be good. You should be good. It's just a matter of how to present your skills to potential employers. To say, well, I'm looking for this. I currently have done this specifically. I have a really good understanding of how design is supposed to do or work or whatever. And yeah, and I could be hired as a junior. Maybe that works. This is cute. That's cute. That's wrong, but that's cute. One of the things that I like did alongside this, I stopped. It was extremely time consuming, but I don't even know if that's a thing anymore. Is it playstore.google.com? Is that the thing? It's not. It's just play. I used to do this. I used to come here. There was an Android for a long time. Still am. I used to come here and take a look at the top charts. And usually the top charts has the top 50, the top 10, the top whatever. And based on what it was, if it wasn't a game, because it wasn't really two games at that point, I just downloaded everything. Every single app on the Play Store, I downloaded them for 2 years. And basically what happened is, specifically in apps, I just went in, downloaded everything, next page, downloaded everything, next page, downloaded everything, until I reached basically the end of that carousel thingy, which I think was the top 100 at the time. And then once I had everything on my phone, I just went through each app and looked at how is it done? What's the design? Why does it work? What are the previews? What are the flows? How is this thing set up? Why do we have like a different cards here and here? Like that's how my brain worked, just basically asking the question of, okay, so that's said this way for that reason. It works because that's an interesting way of showcasing like the image that pops out, and so on and so forth. And 100 apps per week. basically the beginning of the week on Mondays, downloading everything, testing them all during the week, and then deleting everything and doing the next thing the next week. And I did that for all of the categories that exist. So all of the budgeting apps, the first 50, the first 15 travels, the first 15 tools, the first 15 music, which is why nowadays I say I have an account on everything. I have created accounts on every single software and platform from 2010 to 2018, roughly. So I I have an account on everything, and I'm really sad because sometimes the thing that I'm looking for, the app died, the website doesn't exist anymore, and the tool was really good, and it just doesn't exist anymore. And I try to find it again, and I can't find it again. I'm trying to see if it has been acquired, renamed, changed directions. Can't find it. I still have an account though. But yeah, that's basically what happens for me. The main issue that I have for today, which is one of the reasons why I kind of stopped in 2018, is because most of the apps today are the same and they almost all have the exact same thing. So if I go into uh, budgeting tool, Wise is a bank. Phantom is crypto, crypto is crypto. Guessed it. Max is crypto, Ox is crypto. Uh, IBKR is a bank. Finery is investing, and Klarna is weird. It's not a bank, but it still works as a bank. So if I'm just looking at these right here, I have four of them, which is half of them that are crypto related, two of them that are banks, and one that is investment. Technically, the investments is going to be the same as the other crypto things. The main reason or the main difference is going to be this one is going to be for stocks, and these ones are going to be for crypto. And when you look at them, that's a lot of things at the same time. When you look at them and specifically the design of them, Wise is going to be different than most of the things, but inside it is the same. Like you have your balance, your accounts, and your transactions. Then if I go back one page and I go into, let's find another bank. If I can, I can't. God damn it. We don't have another bank here on the budgeting tools, which is one of the reasons. But, you know, if I open this one, it's going to be the same, right? You have your balances and then your transactions. What happens? Um, yeah, Monobank is, I don't know if I have access to it though. I do. I do. It is not displayed as expected. That's interesting. It's a nice card right there. But it's the same thing. You have your account and your actions, and then you have like your activities and transactions underneath. Cybersec, hi, welcome, buddy. Welcome back. So overall, right? Mono is something. Revolut is going to be the same thing. If you look at it, it is the same layout. So after a while, you will figure out that banking is that layout. You will figure out that language learning is that layout. That coffee or shop related apps is that layout. And that's basically how you do your research, discoveries, all that. Like if I take Revolut regular and then Monzo and then that, the design of the homepage, homepage, right? Your balance, here, here, here. Your things, main activity or transaction, depending on how it's called. So transaction, activity, transaction, activities underneath there. I know that. It is the same layout. If I go into something different, this is like a chant, which is making no sense. You may have something like a budgeting. Nope, not there. That's their budget. So budgeting here, kind of different, but you can kind of see how it's the same. You have like breakdown by category underneath. And this is like a chart which shows you how it's going down, and this is like a chart that's showing you how you are spending it. So this looks better to me, but it's the same thing, right? Every time I'm seeing a website or an app or something, I have some background in my head that tells me this is that layout, this is that pattern that you need to use to make sure that it works. So that's how you become better and get into it. That was a long rant, as always. Um, but yeah, like these two things um, are basically what I did. Portfolio is kind of not good. I hate portfolios, so that's what I have currently, which is just fun stuff. Me trying to achieve something without really doing anything, and just having like previews of YouTube videos that I've done or showcase of some of the projects that I've worked on. But I hate portfolios. Makes no sense to me. Um, like I would judge by results rather than explanations. So, God damn it. This is the app that I've built. It's live, it's accessible. If you want to see how it works and what I do, you can just download the app. And that's way more powerful to me than showcasing things on my portfolio. I know. Um, but change just open thing. I need to change these. These are the most ugly ass pictures I could do, and I hate it. I need to fix it. I need to fix it. Um, by the way, we are really close to the 100 downloads on the Android version, which I wish this one um, was showing the amount of downloads, but I don't think it does. I don't think it does. We're at like 1,200 or something. It's really good. So yeah, I don't really do portfolios just because yeah, yeah, yeah. I have that. I have that as well. Um, like both of these are giving you a bit of a peek of what I'm doing, how I'm doing it, what it is, the content, all of that. But it's very simple. Like there is no need for God damn it, complexity. Um, and specifically like portfolio is a bit of a pain. Creating content for the portfolio is what I hate the most. So yeah, I don't have much. I don't have much. You can check these though if you want. There will be everything, all my links, all my stuff in this. Yeah. Also, you asked that earlier. Yes, the music player can be used um, as a portfolio piece for sure. You can share or talk about it on your portfolio. That's really good. The the difference between my portfolio and your portfolio is going to be if it's your first project and if the beginning of your career, you need to explain everything. You need to really be dedicated into why did you choose this? What are the things that made you uh, decide on this specific pattern, this specific layout for the page? What are the users' feedback that you have received that made you choose to go into that direction and all that? For me, it's assumed that I have this knowledge and I can explain it, and therefore it is less necessary. It is still necessary, but it is less necessary. So one of the example that we get every time, or we give every time, I guess, is Marco. Marco has one of the best presentation from my point of view of uh, a portfolio for a designer that is experienced enough, where you have a bit of a very short preview. You have like projects, and if you go on the project, you have description of what they did, like their role, and then that's it. And then the grid underneath has some sort of a hover state, hover activities for some of the elements to show you what was. But if you really want to see what has been done, it's around here. And if it still exists, it still exists. If it doesn't exist, it doesn't exist. But you know, like that's it. Some of them, I'm not gonna lie on this one, some of them have um, a bit more complexity. Like this one is a way more complex presentation. I'm still scrolling, by the way. Like, this is a very, very long one with a lot of explanation. But this is the level of content that you are expected to do in the beginning of your career to really explain your points and showcase that you have the skills. And then when you do, you can end up here. Like when it's been 10, 15 years that you've been doing things, yeah, you can do that. That's not an issue. Before that, that's going to be kind of complicated. But yeah, like that amount of limitation is much better overall, at least for me, um, than anything else. So highly recommend Marco as a reference for portfolios. If you have that level of experience, but yeah. Also has sound design and all thing. I say that every time, but it's really good. But yeah, that's gonna be the base, I think. I'm this close, by the way, I'm this close as well to redesign my whole portfolio again, as one does every year, but I'm tired. So I'm probably not gonna do it. Yeah, no. Well, you can't use branded assets or branded content if you haven't used or worked for said brand. Like I wouldn't have um, a McDonald's brand on a project that I have worked for if the brand wasn't. Um, you can't use branded content. Oh, what would you recommend for assets? I see. Um, it depends based on the project that you have done. I think the apps like rendering or presentation could be a pretty good thing to have as a preview so that you can just kind of god damn it, that was loud as fuck. Um threw me off. You could have that, you could have like different interactions or showcase, you know, if you are like more Fidel. But the more I would say the asset needs to be roughly what you've worked on. And so I'm gonna use Denny as always. It's really good. We like it. He likes it. It's advertising. This is specifically a case studies with content and assets that will basically explain everything you need. So he made this case studies for this website, which is a video streaming platform similar to YouTube, but not exactly the same. And so there's a lot of things in the problem, the solution, what was thought about for with the the team that works there, and so on. There's a lot of visuals, which is really cool. But then you enter the explanation realm of we have done a lot of research as well, and that is the assets. These assets are just screenshots of Reddit, and then that is just sticky notes from Figma. That is just a diagram, you know, from my room. So these are the assets that you can have in there to showcase the project, the content, and all that. So that's um, that's basically it. And then these things like these mockups and all that, that's up to you. If you want to do that, do that. But if not, not. And then at the end of the day, you end up being lazy, like me, and you end up doing this, and you have this things, which is, oh yeah, that's a new project that I'm expecting to see the exact same content. I'm clicking on it. Guess what? Send me to the website. That's way faster, way easier. The whole thing is there, and you have the content. It's good. That's new, and you know, oh, yeah, that. Cool. You know, easy stuff. But yeah, Denny is going to be pretty good as well. It's a good reference um, for this. For the front end and back end code, so perhaps something is going to get dot. Yeah, good. Good, good, good. That's good news. But yeah, um, so no branded content unless you work for the brand, and no like no thing that you have worked on just a little bit. I know. If I say I've made this, because everything that is written in there is like me. That implies that I've done the book. I have made the cover, I have designed the icons, I have sourced the papers, all of that. That's never the case. So, unless you're like me and you decide to, for some reason, build an app and have a thing that you have worked from start to finish, design, dev, publishing, marketing, everything, you will probably have worked with other people. If you have, please say that. I have worked with 6 people on this project. I was in charge of this. And this is what I came up with while I was in charge of this. That is what you want to have, what you want to display and disclose to the people that are reading for the portfolio, saying, oh yeah, cool, so that person can do this specific thing. Maybe they've worked with other people for that research purposes thing. Maybe they have worked with another designer for that design here, because it's rated like credits to me and someone else, or someone else and me. But you want to have as much credits to other people as possible in order to ensure that at the end of the day, the people that are potentially hiring you know that these are your skills. You will be able to explore and use these skills with other people. And if you have other people that are more skilled than you, it's going to be fine. But if you're like, I've made this entire thing and it's like, um, you know, it's just, if you did like a redesign of one page of Spotify and you said that you've redesigned the Spotify app, yeah, that's not a thing. Um, yeah. Um, you're welcome, Colin. You, I mean, you tell me. You come back when you have some changes, and I would love to take a look at the changes or the app if it exists at some point. Yes. So I'm making the lips and 2 other ones on each side overlapping. No fill and stroke. How the fuck did then make it so that it merges all 3 shapes? So you want to do that? 1 second. You have this, which is your face, and then you have that on this side and that on this side, right? That's the concept. That's the idea. That's what you want to do. And currently, you have them in, uh, I think, stroke, but nothing else, right? Cool. And you want to have this, but not this. In order to get just the outside, you need to make sure that all of your shapes are just the inside. So Shift X to flip the fill and the content. I'm going to just place that properly so that makes sense. You select everything and then you click on that button. God damn it, I click on the wrong thing again. Again. You click on that button right there that says Union Selection. That will unify everything, and then you just Shift X again, and now you have the shape that you wanted to have. The good thing about this is that this is a union, meaning that you can then still press the Command key or the Control key to deep dive into something and say, well, this shape right here needs to have like 4 radius. Or maybe this thing needs to be more in the inside. You know, maybe I have a long chin. Maybe I have an egg head. You know, I don't know. That's how you do it. And then you will have that. You know. I'm fine. I'm fine with Harry. Harry's is okay. Not the best, but it's fine. Harry. Yes. Yes, that happens. If you want to do icons, though, make sure that you take these with the rounded corners. Will kind of make things a bit better in some situations. Um, it could break stuff. I agree with that, but you know, it will help for like endpoints and circular elements. One of the things that is pretty important as well. I'm thinking about it now. Here, let's say you wanted to have like a corner radius on everything. You could have corner radius on everything, but it might break, as you can tell. And it is usually due to how the shapes are placed. So if you have like ear, head in that order, that might be good. Maybe you need the head to be in the center to make it work. Maybe you need the head to be on top to make it work. Like it it sometimes break. This is what Figma does. It's annoying. But you know, dang. At least if you just need this, yeah, it still breaks. God damn it. So Shift X is one of the most used things to just flip. So right now I'm flip. I mean, it looks like I'm just changing. Technically, I'm flipping. So the inner becomes the outer, and the outer becomes the inner. So if you just want to have that, you know, sorry for the flashes. Uh, that's an option. I'd say the not easiest thing, but like union and Boolean operation are going to be what you will use most of the time. So kind of learn these. Um, Unify selection is when you have two elements that are the same and together. Subtracting means that you subtract the thing that is on top of. The intersect is whatever is the Venn diagram of something. It's the fucking pussy in the middle. And then the exclusion is the opposite. And flatten the selection is going to transform everything into. I don't remember if it's like a bitmap or if it's one singular SVG. I forgot. But yes. Um, it, it, I'm just used to keyboard shortcuts. that's why it looks like I'm fast doing stuff quickly. Which is, I mean, it's kind of true. Still doing stuff quickly, but just because I know. Like this whole thing, if I go back onto my face, um, right there, not this one. This whole thing is made of plenty of layers. Um, I have my, let me zoom in a tad. You can see stuff. I have my shiny head, and then I have my eyes, and then I have my mouse, and then this is my beard placement, and that is my face shape. My face shape is simply a very, um, God damn it, rugged element. Like if you look at it, it's pretty sharp overall. And then everything else is just drop shadows or merged elements to give me like these borders. So I have a union for my full background in white. I have another union on top for my secondary border in black. And I have a third one in this color for my skin color, specifically ears. But yeah, I don't need them ears right there, but they are there. But all of that is just layers upon layers upon layers. Right now, because I know more stuff than I used to when I did these, I might do these in a different way or in a simpler way. I have like a ton of things to plan for, as in all of these are assets that I need right now. So I want to create stickers to work with like the app, and I need these to be illustration and not just icons. Like I will need to build like a ton of illustration based on all of these things, um, to do. um, there will be a ton of them. So that's something that we could do on a create day on Wednesday, for example. Probably do some of them in between, but yeah, stickers, stickers all the way. Like similar to all the thing that I already have here, you know, like shit like this. It's gonna happen. All of that is just Boolean operation, union, shift X, and all that to make sure that things work. Well displayed. But yeah, that's gonna happen. That is gonna happen at some point. But yeah, that's that. That's about it. That's about it. But it is very simple and it is very easy to play with Figma as soon as you understand how to work with curve line, as in making. Oh, that, yes. You are in this department right now. So you're here, you have your main point. If you just click a second time, it creates something straight. If you click and drag, you will have a curve. I'm currently using the pen tool, and right, you will have a curve. If you go back here and hold the command key, You will have the ability to remove the, the handles. If you use the Alt key, you will have the ability to remove the point. When you do so, you remove basically everything if you don't have anything else. So if I do this, for example, and I remove this one, it's going to just link both of that. From here, you can decide to kind of build weird things. It can also follow like a 45-degree angle. So if I hold the shift key, I'm going to have straight, 45 down, 45 up, straight up, 45 back, straight back, 45 back down, 45 down, straight down. That's really useful if you need something that is in a very specific angle, or if you need something that is really squared, you know. And as always, because I can, because it's good, I just did something that you don't understand. It's fine. It's weird. If you want to practice this, uh, do that. It's the best website for practice. It's free. It's good. It takes 15 minutes and it gives you everything. So if I reload, it will show you. You need to go there, click, click. Cool. So I'm starting here, going there. Right now, I'm not supposed to know that the shift is going to help. And I'm done. And now it tells me if you hold shift when you are moving things, you have the ability to get like 45-degree angles. So you can just do that. The goal for you is to stay in between or inside of the fucking rails. And that gives you everything. And now they show you this. This is a bit more tricky. Where am I zoomed out? No. Where you need to press and go up. You can use shift, then you release. Then you go there, you press, you go sideways, no release yet, you release. Same here, press, release, go down, press, release, and then you connect. This one is really cool. Press down, and then Alt or Option, so that you have your handle number 2 that is kind of free to move. If you don't, they are linked and they are mirrored. If you do, you can have this. Then from there, you go back to the bottom, you expand it to match with what already exists, and then Alt, you match it, and then you just need to do that. And then you have no guardrails. And with that exercise, starting this, you start to learn on your own. You're like, well, if I'm here, I have two options. I can either go to the right or go up. Maybe I would like to go up. And then with Alt, I'm gonna do that. Gonna go there. Then maybe I need to go there. You know? I'm cheating. I'll be cheating. God damn it. It's not gonna work. Shit. I forgot about this one. you have 15 nodes available, and I used 11. However, the best solution is 9. So that's something to learn. And then you can try again to get 9. But just just practicing. Shit. Anyways, they really good tool, really good website to kind of teach you how to use it. However, again, this is halfway true and halfway useful, as in, for example, this thing. If I wanted to do it for real, using the pen tool, instead of going straight up and then trying to figure out what the angle, what the thing is going to be, personally, I just do that. And now that I have this shape, which we're going to put in red so it makes sense. God damn it, this is massive. I'm just gonna, round things. And now I'm good. Everything is sharp, but now I have like a bit of a good radius rather than kind of broken, you know? But yeah, nonetheless, once you hear, which is where I was going to go earlier, you're there. And you're like, you can add a point in the center. You can also use command or control. And then based on where you are going to press and drag, it's going to change the angle and the values. The points that is impacted is where you press. If you want to be roughly in the center, get it roughly in the center, you should be pretty good. It's a bit different in the output, but that's the thing. And then you can obviously like just adjust afterward. But yeah. Interesting. It's pretty good. Some of them are more illustrative than others. Like these ones are really icony, and these ones are illustration based. But yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty nice. So yeah, that Darren, that's basically it for this, and it works on everything. That is the good part, I'd say. So if I was here and I had like a rectangle for something, you press enter to go inside of the curves, and maybe you want this bitch ass thing on the side to be curved. You can do that as well. It's not necessarily only limited to this. It works for everything. Glasses. Just that easy. If you have more questions about like how to create shapes, feel free to ask. It's pretty simple. Everything is pretty simple. I don't have anything else than the Bezier game um, to help you understand the rest. So yeah, when I'm saying it's pretty simple, I'm saying it is simple actions. What airline? You have a better airline than me, that's for sure. But it is simple actions. It is basically click and drag, uh, click and drag with the specific key enabled, click and click, click and click with a specific key enabled. So it's very, very simple actions. And then the polishing of things is where it becomes a bit more complex, where you need to take the handles and put them in the right positions or potentially the right angles, the right distance from each other. You know, we have done that in the past. We have done many of these in the past. Um, it didn't have as much interest at the time. It could have now, but yeah, I could do that again. I don't think I will, but could. There are other things in the pipe, potentially. I don't know yet. We'll see. I've had some response from Figma directly, so that's pretty cool. But we'll see. You don't know. I don't know. You don't know what I'm talking about. No one knows. Uh, secrets. But we've done that. If you go back in the Discord and you take a look at one specific channel called the Assignment Tuesday, right here, there is a ton of things that we have done to kind of showcase and previews of stuff we have found and then stuff we have recreated. This one is an image, a render of a light, and this one is something that we have made or I have made in Figma directly. There are some issues with the shadows, for example, around here, but that's an example. There is plenty of things that we have done to just have like initial copy, all that. And these have been made during streams. They are, I think, on YouTube. They are available in some of the videos in the hidden playlist, which is not hidden, but it's like not published. So if you go there, you go to playlist, and then in there you look for assignment. So in all that, you can scroll back really long, really far away. You may find something that's called Assignment Tuesday in the titles, which obviously I'm looking for it. I can't find it. Yeah. um, right there. For example, this one was one. I forgot which one it was. I not even forgot. I don't know. But that was the thing. I look different to me. But yeah, that's the thing that we were working on, and it was like pretty simple, pretty simple shapes again. But yeah, that's the thing. If you watch the whole video and you follow through, you end up basically with the same thing. So this one is the recreation that we've done, and this one is the original. So it had like most of the explanation. You can follow along. That was the plan. That is the plan. It's pretty good. And we've done other things as well. But yeah, I do understand that these are long streams. These are 4 hours plus videos. I get it. I get it. But yeah, but they are in there. They are in there most of the time. And yeah. There is so many, to be honest. So many things you can do that is really good and that will help you practice. But yeah, that's the plan. That is the plan. However, I need to go and oh, that. Sorry, that's interesting. Yeah, you just wait. I need to find someone to raid. I'm seeing titties. No. Um, you must wait. Bobby's live. Irish live. Kitty's live. Yes. Kitty's playing LOL. Hmm. I guess. Yeah, I'm sending you to cat because, I can. And bitch. Sorry. Wrong bitch. I'm sending you there. So yeah, that is that's interesting. If you have more questions, as always, join the Discord. Highly appreciate it. I know you're already there, but as always, the VOD is going to be on YouTube. I shall be back on Monday, unless I'm dead, which happens. And you can stalk me online if you want to. But yeah, as always, I said a lot of things. A lot of things. And if you want to give me money, you can sub, but it's not necessary. Would rather you buy a subscription UI kit, or hey, you learn Japanese. That's useful. That's pretty good. It's pretty good. Anyways, I think I fixed it, by the way. But we'll see in a second. But it might not be. Yeah, right. Good job. You won. I think I fixed it. Which is you know I don't know. Usually the first stream is good, and then the next stream is dead. So we'll see. Anyways, take care of yourself. Enjoy the rest of your day. Eat something, drink something. Enjoy cat, which is playing loud for some reason. And I'll see you soon. Bye.